Charles Cause is looking for giants. Not just any giants. He likes the ginger giants.
He's a giant. He fights the giants. He's a giant, and the sea surrounds by giants once possessed, inhabited by none but a few giants. Why? And it goes on and on. They throw the giants into the sea.
A dimensional doorway.
Welling.
It gets worse. Strap yourselves in. Prepare for the downward spiral.
Welling.
Let's count the number of times he says giant.
And the island was called Albion, inhabited by
Yeah, we know
Tourists,
what
I believe.
Albion is.
And they're in Mauritania. And eventually they find the king of Aquitaine is called Gofarius, which to me sounds like Khafre. He's a giant. They get rid of them. And then he founds the city of Tours. And he goes to Britain eventually and tells him, and Brute, Sabucasium solis trans Gallica regna. Brutus, there lies beyond the Gallic bounds an island, which the western sea surrounds, by giants once possessed, now few remain. And he goes to Britain eventually, and he fights the giants in Britain. And you can read this yourself. It's a genius book. I love it. And the island is called Albion, inhabited by none but a few giants. Why? Why none but a few? It seems some catastrophe has occurred. I would say, some great catastrophe has occurred, great migration. I would even say that King Arthur was in charge at the time. And there was a great migration all the night in Europe, and they start making mastabas in Egypt. And it goes on and on. They throw the giants into the sea. And
they throw the giants into the sea.
There you go. So it's brilliant. And if you think it's fake, write down at the conclusion. But as for the kings, so it's brilliant. And if you think it's fake, write down at the conclusion. But as for the kings that have succeeded among them in Wales since that time, I leave. So he stops in doing Caesars. He stops in about
To be fair, giant gingers might have existed. There, I've said it. In fact, I was the one that wrote a paper on Gigantopithecus.
A dimensional doorway.
Based on a book back in 1995. Not to give out my resume, because we're going to see what happens. Watch this.
And they took him back to Ithaca. Amazing. So he got
back
to the old world. So redheads, the redheads that Brian forced to show. Something about redheads is very interesting. Where do they come from? It's quite interesting. So they are from Eastern Europe, and they are found in Ireland, UK. And they're extremely intelligent people.
Forget Glasgow.
They've been in Europe for obviously an extremely long period of time because their skin doesn't tan, doesn't need to. They've lost that ability. And when you get to this place, the
giants.
Basically
Point at the word
National
giants again.
Gallery, I think it's next to Trafalgar Square in London. And when I went in there, I was shocked. Every single portrait of everyone who was great in Britain's history.
They're
and
all
I thought to myself, hang on a sec, they've all got the same funny-looking eyes.
But you're looking at giants.
They're all like, it's like they're all related. Every single one of them, every single person significant in British.
Look, it's a giant.
Is the redhead.
And the redheads.
Everyone.
Let's try to count the number of fallacies. Okay, have to record this in real time because wow. Let's begin with giants. Start off with a yes or no question. Good, he hasn't deleted them. All right. And then we'll start what I call the Coss and Cox show. Oh, he delete. Okay, no, he's got Jason Cox on. Great. So first, it's him repeating. Say, Redheads are big people. Next, boom, his first thing, he wants to blow it off. Like, oh, I just have to assume that redheads are giants. Ouch. Ouch. Okay, so watch the spiral go. So he turns into the Mr. Jason Cox. So he likes the Cox, or the Cox likes Cox. So I'm not. It's the same. The exact same word flow. Massivone Chal. Yeah. What? It sounds the same. Cox. I mean, see, he's insisting giants have red hair. This Cox guy, and another reason why maybe it's not. Give him the benefit of the doubt that it's not a sock account. Okay, so but he does. But it's on his channel, and he's not correcting this guy. He's correcting me. So that they're basically are espousing the same thing. They are the same person. He's not correcting this person, saying giants with red hair. Okay. And now they're going to evoke, oh, Smithsonian always loses or hides the... Yeah. Smithsonian is to pseudo-archaeologists as NASA is to flat earthers. Smithsonian is the boogeyman. They hide the bodies, the gigantic bodies, so easy to hide because they're so big. Okay? Not Trojan. And then I criticize it for saying Trojan instead of Trojan, which sounds obsolete. Oh my God. See, he's talking about Ive. He's talking to the first person. Maybe this isn't the same person, but they switches back conveniently. This Jason Cox disappears, writes a bunch of platitudes. Okay. Yeah, it's a hypothesis. He's defending 100% the hypothesis that gingers are giants. Okay. Oh God! So and Mr. Cox disappears and Mr. Cox reappears. Okay, fine. I don't care who it is. It's the same person for all intents and purposes. So talking about giants being redhead and redheads being giants. Okay. I ask him how many, and then he mentions a Neanderthal. It goes to Neanderthal. I say, show me a Neanderthal that's over 5'7". He accused me of hiding, and he talks about, oh, look at how many degrees I have. So he's giving me resume statements, which is also very, very deceptive. Which is going on, and I'm calling him out as a narcissist because he's giving me all these resume statements.
Notice here, first of all, that is a hell of a resume statement.
Oh, and he keeps going on. With Chucky. Who's Chucky? James. He's calling me James? Oh my God. I quit this a month ago and he kept going. And you're not a psychiatrist. Dining Kruger. Wow, he doesn't even know. What? Dining Kruger. I didn't say all British monarchs. He most certainly did. And even if he did, he's kind of right on that, but now he's going back on that. Whoa, shit, I haven't even read these yet. He keeps going on and on. I'm freaking out. How did you... Refreshing the screen. I left this a month ago. Oh, then Jason Cox comes back. Wow. He's talking to himself. This guy is off his nut. Wow. Wow. No, you're not a narcissist because you didn't agree. You're a narcissist because you gave me resume statements for about 3 hours. And platitudes. And saying you're the boss and, oh, I'm the teacher and you're for me. That's why you're a narcissist. and a malignant one. Oh, and he's also a narcissist because he's saying he has more subs than me. So therefore he's correct. It's all the fallacies abounding. Wow. So, yeah, I don't know if it's the same guy, but I won't be surprised at all. And then he comes back in at the end. Wow. Evidence that he said what? Both of you are circled. Both of you are giving each other the reach around, white knighting each other. See, Brian Forrester is very clearly saying, no, they're not giants. So Brian Forrester gets out of this conversation. He says, thanks for this. And in fact, the only conversation he has is with me. Yeah, the only one he responds to is with me saying, no, they're not giants. Red hair that's what's called convergent evolution color. Brown bears can be red, gibbons can be red, dogs can be red, humans can be red. So what? Orangutans, we don't know if Gigantopithecus was red. Nobody is going to die on that hill, okay? But Mr. Koss wants to die all over these hills, that there's giant redheads that came from Troy and then turned into the Paracas. Well, they didn't turn into it because they left Troy. Because everybody was laughing at their cone heads and their red hair. Yeah, that's why they left. They're so powerful, but they're really sensitive. Maybe that's what he would do if somebody made fun of him. And fine, I'm going to take my toys and go to another continent. Okay, I'm not done because the whole point is he starts off saying redheads are big people. Next, I should just assume that giants are redheads. And then he goes on and on. He doesn't give me a straight answer about the Paracas. So it's a big man. Do you admit that Forrester is right that the Paracas mummies are not giants? Go ahead, yes or no. He can't do it. He can't come clean because a narcissist will triple down that the Paracas mummies are not giants, that maybe they are. He can't answer it. People want to meet me. This makes you jealous. Wow. You have a lot of time on you. Oh my God. At 10 a.m. He thinks it's the same time for me. He thinks I'm in Australia or wherever. Yeah, gaslighting. He's gaslighting me now saying that he never said that. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, by the way, I can find ginger dwarfs, like Mick Hucknall. You do a search for ginger dwarfs. You got lots. There's little troll dolls. Lots of ginger dwarfs. Yeah, there's a few, not ginger. There's a few pictures of ginger dwarfs, not including, Wizard of Oz, but hey, lots of dwarfs are ginger. Okay, there's a real life ginger dwarf article, and she's pretty ginger. So, but ginger giants, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Look at this. Is she kind of ginger? Actually, the short girl is more ginger than normal, or short. Actually, she's wearing heels, so the shortest girl, in fact, is the ginger. How ironic is that? Yeah, and then he does it again. Look, I let you talk when you have 3 university degrees. Like, he probably got his degrees at the Kent Hovind University. But whatever. Big words. He's saying, look, I have a university, accusing me of using big words. Which one? Doesn't understand Dunning-Kruger? Still stuck on the original question. All he had to do was say no. Yeah, that's what it is. That's all I wanted him to say, is that the Paracas mummies were not giants. Okay? Because he slipped in giants 8 times into his narrative. Okay? And then argues for hours and hours that redheads and giants are synonymous. And then he's going to go back on it. I never said that. Yeah. Yeah, you never said that the Paracas mummies were giants. Great. But you said redheaded giants and argued for redheaded giants with me personally for hours.
A dimensional doorway.
Welling.